We are walking a property that we just got under contract and we are actually closing this week. 265 unit seller finance. It's going to have a Morby method spin on it on the back end. So if you guys are first watching this video today and you didn't watch the previous multifamily series that this is part of, it's a part of a playlist. Go watch that playlist. Go start on video number 1 and you'll get to watch us walk all the way through the property and see what this property is all about. In this video, we're going to be talking about how do I find multifamily opportunities. So there's 2 ways to find multifamily opportunities. What are those 2 ways? A high level, simple, on market and
off market.
Off market. Okay, so if I'm going on market, here's where I go. I go to loopnet.com, I go to Crexy, or I develop relationships with brokers who essentially get these listings and they send them to people before they ever hit the market. I still consider that on market because you're going through an agent. For me, what designates on market versus off market is there an agent or broker involved? If there's a broker or agent involved, then that is on market. So if I want an easy road, then go develop relationships with brokers. Now, here's the disadvantage of going that route. What would you think is a disadvantage of going that way?
Your entry fee has to be high.
Look at this woman. She knows the answer. You are going to be putting a lot more money into a property that goes through a broker, not only to pay commissions, but also the broker's job is to negotiate the best possible deal for the client. And sometimes brokers actually don't do that. In a seller finance situation, the best deal for a client could be installments, they mitigate their taxes, or a higher sales price. And most brokers aren't going that route. So it's not necessarily always better for the seller to go through a broker. When you do go through a broker, typically the purchase price is really high and the broker's job is to get the highest possible price for their seller. So that's a disadvantage. What is an advantage of going to on market?
It's easier to get the information.
Let's see how fast I can find an opportunity, right? Okay, you go to loopnet.com and I can look right here in Springfield where we're at. Anywhere in the country, I can open up LoopNet and I can just click on these things, these red triangles. There you go. Springfield. There you go. You got a commercial opportunity right there. Okay, you can call these brokers right here. You look at their contact information. You can speak to Kyle right now about a deal right now on the market. And the cool thing about brokers, they actually pick up the phone. Here's another advantage of on market. When you're spending time in your first year, for those of you guys right here, pay attention to me. This is so absolutely valuable. I get people that make comments in my YouTube or Instagram or whatever, and they say,
man, I've been learning for a year. I've been learning for 2 years and I haven't done a deal yet. What's your advice?
Okay, well, what have you done in a year? Have you looked at all the deals that have sold in your market on LoopNet? Have you watched the ones that pop up on the market and then seen what they actually sell for 2 months later or 3 months later or 4 months later and really understood the market? Could you walk out of 12 months of your life and say, I have not done a deal, but I know all the deals that sold. I know what they originally listed for and what they ended up trading for. I know who the buyers are. I know who the brokers are. And I know who the people that were loaning the money on those deals. That would have been valuable for you to be doing. Off market. This is an off market deal. What's the advantage of working with an off market seller?
You have the full control. You have the direct talking opportunity to the seller, and you can negotiate.
Right. You have nobody in between. There's no middleman. When you say something, the seller hears you. They hear your intention. Because have you ever played telephone where you tell somebody something and then
the switchboard?
Is that what you just call it? Switchboard? Yeah. Going off market means you have nobody in between. And whatever you say is heard by the person that you're actually working a deal with. I don't know about you, but I prefer off market because I don't want a broker messing up that translation. It's not that they're not good people. It's that if you play switchboard and she's from China. Do you guys call it switchboard?
Yeah.
Okay, we call it telephone. It's funny that cultures all have the same kind of game there. It's probably a universal law that when you're working through a broker, you know why they call it them brokers, right? Because they broke the deal.
I never heard of that, but that's so true.
Right, they break a lot of deals because they're just either they're watching out for their own commissions. Now, I'm not trying to be disparaging on all brokers, but a good amount of them don't even make a full-time living because they're not phenomenal what they do. They're not actually watching out for the seller's best interest. They're looking out for their best interest and trying to get the highest commission. My opinion, not a fact. It's my opinion. So you can hate me. If you hate me, make a comment down below, please. That'd be great. So I like off market because 1, I get to talk to the seller. I get to build a real relationship with the seller. And if I build a real relationship with the seller, guess what else I get? The ability to turn that seller into a private money lender.
Yes.
My best private money lenders are people who sold their properties to me originally.
Yeah.
Now, the most important reason why I prefer going direct to sellers, because most brokers, no offense to you brokers, you actually know less about seller finance than your actual sellers do. The seller on this asset made suggestions on how to structure this deal that actually I wasn't even thinking about. Multifamily sellers don't need a broker to help them with creative finance. Most sellers with a $15 or $16 million asset, they understand real estate at a level that most brokers have not lived through. Off-market deals, okay, if I want to do an off-market deal, how do I do that? I do an off-market deal by going to the Elephant Challenge, okay? We have an Elephant Challenge coming out every single month where we call sellers directly. You guys get to see me personally call sellers and work those terms with the sellers, and you guys will see exactly why I'm calling that seller, how I'm getting their phone number, what the opening line is, and then understand in off-market, the most important part of off-market working deals in creative finance.
Whether you are reliable or not.
Reliability, consistency, right? Eric, I'm watching Eric right now on the YouTube channel. Everybody watching it, you guys don't even believe it. This guy, Eric's like this the whole time. Give him some love in the comments. Tell him how much you guys appreciate it. He freaking worked so hard for this. So thank you, Eric. The sellers want to see your consistency and your reliability so that they know that, hey, I can work out a deal with you and I know you're not going to go anywhere.
Right, that's right.
Right? I tell people there's two ways to establish credibility. One, by doing deals. Second way to establish credibility is through consistency and showing people that I'm a credible person. Forget about the deals that I've done or haven't done. I show up every single Friday at 4 p.m. and I send you a text checking in on you. Now, go to the Elephant Challenge. I think the link will be in the description down below. I believe it's pastreammorby.com/invite. Pop it up on the screen. Do all the things. Come hang out with us for 3 days a month. We always do a challenge. Have you been on the Elephant Challenge?
Yeah, every time.
Every time.
And every time I learn something new.
Boom, come in and check it out. But what we do is we give you guys homework so you guys can actually reach out to sellers on off-market properties with us. We'll see you in the next video.